Hello friends, welcome back to electromagnetic field theory. We are in chapter number 2. We are finished with the Coulomb's law and the problems over it. Now we have derived the expressions for electric field intensity due to infinite uniform line charge as well as infinite uniform sheet of charge. Based on to these problems, we have also solved certain problem statements, numericals. Now, let us take one more problem statement where the role of two sources of electric field are there having different configurations. The configurations are line charge configuration and surface charge configuration. So, let us see the problem statement and get the answer by solving it. So the problem statement is with us. The problem statement is two uniform charge distributions are given as a sheet of uniform charge density rho s given the value minus 50 nanocoulomb per meter square at location y is equal to 2 meters and a uniform line charge of rho l is equal to 0.2 microcoulomb per meter at z equal to 2, y equal to minus 1. Further it is asked at what point of the space does E bar vanish. To read the problem statement, the information obtained is that there are two charge configurations that have uniform distribution. Now, the first charge configuration is a sheet of charge. The second is a line charge. Now, the sheet of charge is given with the surface charge density minus 50 nanocoulomb per meter square, whereas the line charge has 0.2 microcoulomb per meter. The locations are also given, y is equal to 2 meter, and for the line z equal to 2, y equal to minus 1. So to see this much of information, let us first of all draw the three-dimensional diagram and locate these sources of electric field, then we will proceed further. So in the three-dimensional space, we take the help of three axes, z-axis, y-axis, and the axis that is perpendicular to the plane of the paper having y-axis and z-axis, that is x-axis. So I name it. This is positive side of z, positive side of y, and positive side of x. So as per the information given to us, the first charge configuration is a sheet of charge and it is located at y equal to 2 meters. Now see, it has the location y equal to 2 meters with surface charge density rho s is equal to minus 50 nanocoulomb per meter square. Now it has limited the value of y equal to 2 only, whereas the x and z can have their natural ranges, that is from minus infinity to plus infinity. So it means the uniform infinite sheet of charge is a plane parallel to xz plane at y equal to 2 meters. So here it is the origin. I mark 1 and 2 units onto the y-axis. So I consider such a plane. I show it here. So this plane is supposed to intersect y-axis at 2 units. Now this plane is infinite along this dimension, that is parallel to x-axis. Let us write dy. This dimension is parallel to z-axis. Let us write dz. The differentials I have written just for showing the diagram, but in the problem we will consider this plane as per the given database to be infinite at y and z dimension. This is not dy, sorry, this is dx. So this is first source of electric field. Now let us locate the second source of electric field. It is having line charge configuration. So the location is z equal to 2, y equal to minus 1, and ZL, that is line charge density, is given the value 0.2 microcoulomb per meter. Now let us mark z equal to 2, y equal to -1. So on the z axis I mark 1, 2 units. On y axis I mark -1 unit. So if I found the intersection point, so this is the point where I can mark small x coordinate, then y is equal to -1 and z equal to 2. So x is not mentioned here, so x can have the natural range -infinity to +infinity. So I show this line with different color. So it is a line parallel to x-axis but having z equal to 2 and y equal to -1. So this is the line. So this is our line charge configuration. So rho L value will be applicable to his, that is 0.2 microcoulomb per meter. And for this surface charge, I draw it with different color. Let us say blue color. So it is applicable to the value of rho s minus 50 nanocoulomb per meter square. Now this is the given database as per the problem statement. Now we see what is asked. So the question is, at what point in the space does E bar vanish? So E bar means electric field intensity. Electric field intensity is the strength of electric field that we generally measure at a field point in the space. Now the field point location we have to find out. At what point in the space does E bar vanish? So at that particular location, the electric field intensity will be equal to 0. Okay. So there are two sources. So we have to calculate E1 bar electric field intensity because of the first charge configuration, that is uniform infinite sheet of charge. Then we shall be calculating E2 bar, that is electric field intensity caused due to uniform infinite line charge located here. If the addition of these two are equal to 0, so that particular location of the field point we are supposed to get. So for that purpose, let us proceed. So now, first of all, let us look out the formulae for E1 bar and E2 bar. As E1 bar is the electric field at the field point P, we consider. So let us take the field point P to have the coordinates x, y and z to be in the space. Now we are supposed to find out the values of x, y and z. Okay. Now at this point P having coordinates x, y, z, because of this uniform infinite sheet of charge, the E1 bar is produced. So E1 bar is having the form rho s upon twice epsilon 0 an cap, what we derived in our previous video. Now E2 bar is the electric field intensity produced at the field point P having these coordinates because of uniform infinite line charge. So this is having the form rho L upon 2 pi epsilon 0 rho a rho cap. So this addition should be equal to 0. Now we require for E2 bar the rho, what is the perpendicular distance from this point onto this uniform infinite line charge. We require the outward direction on that perpendicular segment. For the sheet of charge, we just require on which particular side, whether on positive y side or negative y side, that point is located. So first of all, start with E2 bar. To get E2 bar, we have to draw a perpendicular from this point on this uniform infinite line charge. So for that purpose, if I draw a perpendicular, so it will cut anywhere onto this line. So let us think about the locations in terms of coordinates. So y is -1 for this line, z is equal to 2 and y, z are unknown for the point. Now this will be the outward vector, what we will denote rho arrow cap. So for rho arrow cap, it starts here and it ends here. So we generally subtract the coordinates of starting point from the ending point. Hence, we do rho a rho cap is equal to y minus of minus 1 ay cap plus z minus 2 az cap. So this vector I rewrite. So it is rho a rho cap is equal to y plus 1 ay cap plus z minus 2 az cap. Now the electric field produced because of this line may be in the direction of az cap or minus az cap, then ay cap or minus ay cap. So there are two possibilities of directions z and y to be the electric field produced because of this line charge. Now because of this sheet of charge, the possibilities are perpendicular direction. So as the sheet of charge is having x and z dimension, the normal direction is y, so it will be in ay cap only. So now because of the line charge, there is a component in z. So here, as we require the condition E1 bar plus E2 bar should be equal to 0. Because of E2 we have ay component and az component. Because of E1 we have ay component only. So z component should be equal to 0. So this component we take z minus 2 should be equal to 0. Hence z is equal to 2. So for the point P we assumed the coordinates x, y and z value should be equal to 2. Then and then only the given condition can be satisfied. Now let us work for y. So because z is equal to 2, the rho a rho cap, it will be left with y plus 1 ay cap. Hence, in this formula of E2 bar, rho will be equal to y plus 1, a rho cap will be equal to ay cap. Now, there is a region between this line and this sheet of charge. Now the sheet of charge is having the surface charge density minus 50 nanocoulomb per meter square. As it is minus, the electric field intensity will be towards the charge from both the sides. As the line charge density for uniform infinite line charge is having positive magnitude, it will be away from the charge. So as we see, here it is towards the sheet, it is away. So in the region between the line charge and the surface charge, both the electric field intensities are getting added. So there is no chance that it is equal to 0. If they are in the reverse direction, as like this is the region less than minus 1, y less than minus 1, and this is the region y greater than 2. So in these regions only they are having the reverse direction. So let us apply the condition here. The condition becomes the magnitude of electric field intensity produced because of sheet of charge is equal to magnitude of electric field intensity produced because of line charge. So I put the formula here. The formula will be rho s upon twice epsilon 0, as only the magnitude we are taking. This will be rho l upon 2 pi epsilon 0. Rho is y plus 1. We substitute rho s and rho l. This is 50 into 10 raised to the power minus 9 upon twice epsilon 0. This is equal to rho l is 0.2 into 10 raised to the power 6 upon 2 pi epsilon 0 mod of y plus 1. So epsilon 0 can be cancelled out. Finally, we get the relation mod of y plus 1 is equal to 1.2 1.2732. Hence, y plus 1 can be plus minus 1.2732. If we take the positive value, y will be equal to 1.2732 minus 1 will be equal to 0.2732. So this is one value we have. If we take negative value of y plus 1, y will be equal to minus 1.2732 minus 1, this is minus 2.2732. If we compare these two values, in the diagram we have seen that this is the region y equal to minus 1 to y equal to 2. The electric fields produced have the same direction, so they are getting added up. So this value 0.2732 is in the y equal to minus 1 to y equal to 2. So this value we cannot consider. Y equal to minus 2.27. So this is in this region where both the fields E1 bar and E2 bar have reverse direction. That is why they can cancel out and get equal to 0. Hence, y value is this. Hence, for the field point P, the coordinates will be x. In place of y, we put minus 2.2732, and in place of z, we have already derived the value to be equal to 2. So this is the field point where E1 bar and E2 bar are summed to be equal to 0. So they satisfy the condition that was given in the problem statement. E bar vanishes in this particular field. So the locus has no exact value of x. So the locus is again a line. A line having y equal to this finite fixed value, z equal to also 2 as a fixed value. X can have the range minus infinity to plus infinity. So this way we are able to locate a point in the space where E bar vanish. So this is the point P. Thank you.